like to talk a little about your motivations. What made you start Girl Script Foundation? And more on like how did those first months look like? Like when you were starting Girl Script Foundation, how did those first months look like?
Yeah, so to understand the motivation, I think two major motivations were when I passed like my 12th standard, I couldn't like get a good rank in my JEE. I mean, back then we had AIEEE and IIT, and the next year it changed to JEE mains and advanced. Like, yes, I am old. So yeah, I couldn't get like good marks in the exam. I couldn't crack it like for the first time when I attempted in my first attempt. And the next year, like I didn't even wait for the counseling because I took a eardrop and it kind of made me frustrated that all of my friends are, now my seniors. And I was like, okay, I got good marks in my state exams and everything, but whatever college I was getting, I was like, okay, I'm fine with it. I don't want to sit for more counseling rounds and everything. I'll do. So I think one frustration came from like failing those exams, and the second frustration came from like in the same year in my first year of engineering, like my father passed. So I was at that time feeling as a failure in both personal and professional life because I mean, I was at that point. So then I know that from here, either I survive or I do something for myself and my family, or I just like be here. So I started discovering several opportunities. And back then in India, just internships were coming, internshala sort of platforms were just like getting introduced. And I ended up working with, I don't know, over like 50 to 100 companies. Like I did whatever I could do. I did marketing internships for Procter and Gamble. So I did marketing internship. I ended up interviewing academicians. I did whatever I could do to survive and to understand like what I am good at because I was in a tier three college. So I didn't have a lot of handholding or similar, mindset of people who wanted to grow because it was not even their mistake because they were all here because somebody suggested them to pursue engineering. So initially, like I felt frustrated with them also that why I am studying with these people, why they are not, as enthusiastic as me. But then slowly I turned after I think my father passed, I became more empathetic towards people. And then I tried to understand like their problem, why they are not getting the opportunities or what problems they are facing, why they are here, and I started supporting them. So I opened like first chapter in my college of Spartans Association of Youth, which was like a chapter based organization in VIT. And similarly, like I started doing Lean in Nagpur. So Lean in was by Sheryl Sandberg. She was CEO of Facebook and I mean doing like a lot of work for women. So I started bringing as many initiatives to the city as possible and helping so many people. I also landed in Mozilla, so Mozilla Nagpur chapter, Django Girls Nagpur. So all of this I started on my own and I also pushed people towards it. And people really enjoyed coming out of their comfort zone and they had that hand holding with me. That's how I discovered that I love helping people. And it also healed a wound that was inside me of, feeling as a failure, both in personal and professional life. So I think that was the initial motive. There were other motives as well, like we went to a campus placement in our final year, which is BC Cloud, I think, was hiring, and it was women in tech only hiring. And there were over 3 to 4 thousand women because it was open campus for every college that existed in Vidarbha region or Nagpur adjacent region. And they were like, we sponsor GSCI as meaning sponsor. I was the only one, you won't believe, in that region who, and I know it is very common question. Every girl who is studying in a good college in Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, like might know about it. But the real situation was that nobody knew. Out of 4,000 girls, I was only one who said that it is Grace Hopper India. So I think there were several points through my journey where I also realized that so many people need help at hand holding because they were like less aware. And and yeah, so I think that kind of, and similarly other incidences as well in terms of representation and everything. So I felt that I should do something about it. And in Mozilla, I was already a volunteer. So my mentor was Christy from Alan Turing Institutes. She was a scientist there. Mozilla thankfully launched a program called Mozilla Open Leaders for leaders who want to build something of their own. And I enrolled, she was my mentor, and I started GirlScript as a project. It was all impromptu, and I don't know, I mean, just the stars aligned. Sorry for such a long answer.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, like, thank you so much for sharing. So, you mentioned that Girls Craft in itself started like an impromptu project, but like, then there would be a time that you would have known, right? Like, that now this is becoming a big thing. How did that transition look like? Because you mentioned that you were also like partnering with a lot of and starting a lot of initiatives around Nagpur as well. So, when Girl Script started to become big, what did that transition look like?
Yeah. So other initiatives that I was doing, they were also really great. The thing I was trying to solve was educating people. So the initiatives that I was in touch with, like they either did, like for example, Django Girls, it's a 1 day Python workshop. There is no continuation after that. Lean in is more towards supporting women and empowering them. But if I don't educate them, then I mean, so I'm not like I felt that they were not ready at that time for more opportunities. I first need to educate them from scratch. In engineering, I have seen people who pursue computer engineering get graduated, but they don't know about GitHub. Like even GitHub exists in computer science. Or I have seen people who cannot write email being a computer science engineer, like they don't write subject and all, you know. So I have seen everything from ground, and that's why like I could, you know, solve for them. So initially, though, I thought it's going to be a college project or something like we do locally or run community, something like that. So I started it, but then because I had already so many contacts because of Mozilla and other organizations, thankfully, and they also gave me a confidence because I was a very shy kind of girl who won't speak on camera and everything. So I think Mozilla was a big pioneer in supporting that. Even my first flight of my life, I mean, even domestic one was sponsored by Mozilla. So I think I got a lot of things from Mozilla and good mentors as well. So when I started posting that I'm doing this workshop in Nagpur, and this is the Girl Script initiative, I started posting about it on WhatsApp, on Facebook regularly, and people started asking me from my network that what is this, we also want to do this. So I was like, if you want to help beginners in tech in your vicinity or like start a student chapter in your college or somewhere, like let me know. That's how it started. And the point when I knew it's becoming big, I think when we reached remotest of places, when we opened a first ever tech community chapter in Kashmir. So our volunteers actually got interviewed by the radio channel, and then we were the first one in remotest town. So it came in newspaper and everything. So I was like really happy. So then slowly, I think I started understanding that, oh, people are, you know, valuing this. And I was not the only one who was feeling this gap. And when we did Girls Trip Summer of Code, um, I got a lot of trolling and backlash that I'm just copying Google Summer of Code and, you know, just like launching another program and everything. But when it actually helped people to make their first commit, get that confidence to become open source developer, I think these are like few milestones when I knew that people are interested and they want to like um, be a part of this.